Talk about some Unix permissions, SSH and SFTP. First two things we probably need to do is define what Unix is. Unix is an operating system. As we talk about Unix permissions, we are going to allow and deny access to different users, to server files and folders and other kinds of things. SSH stands for Secure Shell. It's a secure way to remote log into the server. And SFTP is Secure File Transfer Protocol. And that's how you upload and download files onto the server. To start, we probably need to talk about the software that you're going to need. There are a couple of kind of things. You can do it either on the Mac or on Windows. On Windows, you're going to use PuTTY or WinSCP, and on the Mac, I'm just going to go ahead and show you how to do that. First thing we're going to do is we're going to click on the desktop and go to Applications and drag down to Utilities. And at the bottom of Utilities, we have a little application called Terminal. I'm going to go ahead and drop that into the dock so that I have access to that. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. This is the application that we'll be using to SSH onto the server. To SSH on, all you have to do is at this line we're going to go SSH space, use your CIT username at ssh.cs.dixie.edu. You'll go ahead and hit enter. It'll ask you if you want to continue. If you say no, it won't let you, so you have to say yes. Then it's going to ask you for your CIT password. And you go ahead and type that in, and what you should get is a new prompt that says dped at SSH. So I'm logged in at this point on the server, and what we can do once we're logged in is we can do a lot of things, and we'll talk about basic commands in just a minute. The other software that you need to use to log in, so that's logging in using SSH, and I'm going to go ahead and kind of move that off the side. The other way is using CyberDuck or an SFTP application. I'm going to go ahead and click on CyberDuck. Don't need to do that. And it looks like I'm already logged into something, so I'm going to go ahead and log out of that by getting into a new one. So the first thing we want to do to log into the server is set the protocol that we're going to use to get on. We're going to use SSH File Transfer Protocol. And the server we're going to go to is ssh.cs.dixie.edu. Your username is your CIT username. Your password is the CIT password. Once you log on to that, it'll give you a series of file names and directories that you can use to navigate. This one called public_HTML is where you're going to be placing all your files so that they're ready to go on the web server. And I've already got some files uploaded on that, quite a few actually, so we can go ahead and do that. So what we've just covered is, one, what is the software we need to log on to the servers, and in the examples that I'm using on this computer, we use Terminal, and we SSH'd into the server. That's this over here. You can kind of see that we're on the server, and if we want to get a directory listing of that, we can type in ls space -l, and we get it the same directory listing that we get when we log in using SFTP. When we SFTP'd in, we used CyberDuck, and we simply typed in the host was ssh.cs.dixie.edu, and then our CIT username and password. And that's how you log in.